So how do we start?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Mornings with Jike and Modi.
I'm Modi.
I'm Jike. That's not right.
No, okay.
I'm Modi. You're
I'm
Jike.
Jike. All right.
Okay.
Fair enough. So we just went for breakfast.
Yeah.
We went to the Roost, which is out in Sydney on McTavish Road, right out near the airport actually. Well, that's perfect.
And we chose it because
This
we've
guy's
been
got
out
an
there. We've been out there a million times to the deli, and they've just expanded and put in a brand new seating area, which we thought we should maybe, check out.
Check it out, eat at it like it's a restaurant. And we were super
Absolutely.
excited because we go out there all the time to get the sandwiches. I love that, what's that called? That Reuben, is it the Reuben?
Yeah,
It's
the Reuben is really good. The
corned
sourdough
beef.
bread is incredible from the
It's
Roost.
insane. Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. So sometimes we'll drive all the way out here from Victoria just to hit that place because it's so awesome. You have to excuse the airplanes. I've grown up with them, so to me, I don't notice them, but the camera might hate that.
That's okay.
And our
sitting
viewer
right-
may.
we're
our
sitting
one
right
viewer,
now-
who's my mom, probably.
We're sitting right now at the pier in Sydney. Sydney is a little bedroom community just outside of Victoria. About a half-hour drive. If you take the ferry from the mainland in Canada, you're going to drive right past Sydney.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can get into the Victoria Harbour or even into the Sydney Harbour from very close areas in the States as well. So it's kind of a nice little destination spot if you're traveling and want to come onto Vancouver Island. It's a great place to come and see.
Oh, it's fantastic. You wouldn't like to drive here. We actually, because the main drag is probably about 6 blocks long, and we almost got into 4 accidents because of people that don't know what they're doing. So that you be aware of that.
But back to the Roost.
Oh, the Roost. So the Roost is fantastic, and we went and sat there, and we got in, and it looks really nice. They've kept it, they raise chickens in the back. Sometimes they're walking free, and I really like the atmosphere there.
Absolutely.
They sell all kinds of art by local artists, pottery, food, canned goods. It's incredible. We got pictures of all that. We'll put up on.
And now they have a line of wines.
Oh, I didn't see
different
that.
kinds of wines. I took a photo of that so you can see that. That they are also just launching it. That's brand new to them this year. So we're really proud of them for their expansion and their efforts to, build something significant out in this area beyond just the deli that they're very, very well known for.
Yes, fantastic. So we got seated. It's a wait to be seated sort of situation. We got seated at a little table for 2 with a high back bench that runs along the wall and a chair on the other side. Gingham checked tablecloths.
Yeah.
It's all very quaint, a very farmhouse feel to it.
Yeah.
And ordered our food. I ordered what was called the cowboy breakfast. A picture of that probably I'll put up too. And that sucker's got eggs, 3 portions of meatloaf. There's bacon and cheese under there, and then potatoes and toast. So only a real cowboy can eat that.
Yes.
That's what I've been told. So,
and I had the traditional eggs Benedict, and their twist on it is instead of serving it with the English muffin that's traditional, they have a homemade biscuit that they serve the Benedicts on. So that's kind of their unique take on the Benedict, and we see that often. People have different versions of that, and so that's the Roost's version of a Benedict, is a biscuit.
So usually what we like to do is we'll order our food, get our food, and eat about halfway through, and then swap plates, and then kind of review the things. Do you want to go first? How about how you liked your food? Or...
Sure.
Okay.
So our rating system is based on price, portion size, flavor, and ambiance. And I have to say that the biscuit was really quite big. But my eggs didn't come out like I ordered them, so that was very disappointing. And the size of the biscuit made the whole experience really dry and hard to eat. I was very full at the end, but I wasn't very satisfied. And that was surprising because of how much I love their deli.
We love that place. We love that place.
So I was disappointed. The coffee was also a little bit bitter, so I didn't even order a refill on my coffee. But what I enjoyed the most was the area at the front with all of the different pottery and different canned goods and things that you could buy. I could have just stood in there and made a couple purchases from that area alone.
Absolutely.
Even though the breakfast for me wasn't that stellar. So out of our 4 points, I would give the Roost a 1 for the breakfast I had this morning.
Okay, so my cowboy breakfast was gigantic when it showed up. I thought, now this is really going to be a test of manhood. I'm really going to show them what I got here, and I put a little bit in my mouth, and I had a sort of a disappointing experience myself. The meatloaf was a bit dry. The eggs, again, when I asked for them soft over easy, came at best medium, but I'd call them hard. Though I do like a really runny soft egg, but and that was a bother. But it was good enough. It was just a little bit dry, and it's a lot. 3 huge pieces of meatloaf, and I asked for that, so that's really good. The portion size was fantastic. I didn't actually the bill, which I can't remember what it came to now, but it was only $30, so it wasn't that bad. We paid more for 2 eggs bennies. Yeah. So I feel like the value on that was decent. Even if it wasn't the most incredible meal I've had. Maybe it's possible that I set the bar really high because of how insane I am for the sandwiches there and the baked goods and the deli stuff. So I'm willing to say that's okay, but then we traded. And then you tried my food, and what did you think of it? Did you love it?
I thought the meatloaf had an interesting flavor. I couldn't quite place it. It didn't taste homemade, and that was sort of the surprise for me. I was expecting something that had a really homemade flavor, and it didn't taste homemade. So I was surprised by that. That was a massive plate of food, that Cowboy's breakfast. And I've got to say, after reviewing their menu, all of their omelets are, well, except for one, are all 3-egg omelets. So portion size is something that they're really paying attention to, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I tried your Benny, which you hadn't. Normally I'll only get one little Benny back when we switch, but there was 1.5 there for me, so I was excited. And and it was absolutely the hollandaise itself. I'm crazy for the hollandaise. I like crazy for the hollandaise, and I could do a review just on all the town's best hollandaise. Right, just looking at it, it looked like they had melted sort of cheese whiz on it. I thought it was just a strange orange color.
Yeah, it was very orange.
It was flavorless. It was completely, and again, I feel terrible saying it because I do love this place, but that wasn't something I would recommend to somebody. The biscuit was super dry when I put it in my mouth, and then once I sort of started trying to get through it, it was very crumbly. It all just fell apart and became a massive paste at the at the bottom of the plate there. So I don't know. I guess food-wise, I feel bad, but I was disappointed with both plates today. But the ambiance is nice. I love the feel of that place, and I'm not dissuaded. We're going to go there again, but
for sure,
we're just not going to maybe have that breakfast.
Yes. Maybe we'll go back and do a lunch.
Yes, but I'm going to give it a 2. Although the coffee as well, I thought was somehow strangely really bitter, yet weak as far as coffee is concerned. No really a robust flavor or anything. And I expected better out of the coffee from a little farmhouse style place like that. But that's all I've got to say. What about you?
Yeah, I said I would give them one out of the 4 points they get from me, and I'm looking forward to trying something different and, you know, giving them a shot to get that 4 out of 4.